welcome back to our channel. Today we were going to be talking about, or we were thinking about, body image and body positivity movement. So the way I look at the whole body positivity movement, I felt like it was more about if you are overweight, if you are obese, and you're, it's they're teaching you how to love yourself through through losing weight, right? And I think what's happened now is that a little bit it's gotten kind of sidetracked where women are just saying, no, I'm fine with being, and men, but mostly women, are saying, I'm okay with being whatever this size I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I have conflicting feelings about this because I feel like, okay, so I'm plus size. I'm overweight, so I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. Okay, I have like I have a positive body image, but I feel like I still know that I need to lose weight. But what's happening now with this whole movement is that women who are overweight are feeling like they're just gonna stay that way.
Yeah.
And then say that they're just body positive. I'm just positive in body. I'm just positive, right? And I think that's a little bit. It's a slippery slope with that. Even I'm speaking as a plus size woman. I'm not trying to bash other plus size women, but I do think that you have to put that whole movement in perspective. You can't just it's not healthy just to stay unhealthy. Like I know that as a plus size woman, I know that. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what you think about that. But.
I think that it frees you. I think, well, like you were saying, like I think body positive movements. The way I see it is freeing yourself from the stigma of having to look like Kim Kardashian. Yeah. Like everybody's not gonna look like her. It's like honoring your own body type. Every woman has a different shape of a body. We have different heights, and then like they said, remember that video? All these women wearing size 16, but they all look different in size 16. Some look like they were size 8. Some look like they were size 24. It depends on your height and the way you carry your weight. And I think being body positive makes you it frees you and makes you honor yourself and not an image on a magazine or on television, because I think a lot of people, or what happens is a lot of people, there's like an image of like 3 or 4 women. So you could look at Halle Berry because she's older. So that's what we get compared to. Halle, or Nicole Murphy because she's our age also, around our age. Well, she's older. And then they look at these women and they go, oh, look, because she's 50 and she looks like that, then we should all look like that. And the truth is no. You have to understand that everybody is, genetics are different. Nicole Murphy and those women also have enough money to hire dietitians, cooks, trainers, and they also have the luxury of having a check. And contracts that
based on their weight.
Tyra Banks said that about Heidi Klum when she lost all that weight for the Victoria's Secret after she had the baby, and she lost all that weight for the Victoria's Secret fashion show. She lost it in like 2 months. And the reason why she had to lose weight was not because she didn't want to take her time. It's because she had a contract with Victoria's Secret, and they said you have to look like this.
By this
time. She chose to have a baby at the wrong time is basically what they're saying, and we're not responsible for that.
She did the work.
But basically you're in breach of contract if you don't look.
A normal woman, a normal, I hate saying normal like that, but a woman who's just an average everyday person doesn't have access to all of that stuff, right? But you can, you can do something. It's like I feel like, when growing up, like all I ever saw was like this like skinny, thin women, right? And that was what you needed to be. You know what I mean? In order, that's what was considered to be beautiful. And I feel like I do think that beauty is like in all shapes and sizes. I really do. Even when I see someone who is obese, I don't write them off as not being beautiful just because they are, they're overweight. But I do kind of have a little bit of an issue with people who are obese, not feeling they need to change. I guess I'm saying not feeling to change, especially with all the sicknesses and stuff that can happen with that. It's when you do these movements. Here's the thing with movements: it can easily get sidetracked and take a whole nother onto a whole other thing, because like I said, it started as a body positive, which means that everybody has a body. To love yourself and loving yourself is what will help you change yourself for the better. So you have to first love yourself, which is why they're saying love who you are now. So it doesn't matter what size you are currently right now, love yourself now. That way you love yourself enough to get healthy. right? And so it worked for me because I was thinking, okay, well, I do love who I am. I love myself, but I'm very clear that I need to lose weight, right? Not a ton of weight, but I do need to lose weight. And I don't just stop with,
Right.
body positive, yay. So that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point you have to like your body, or else you won't. Because the whole thing of making fun of yourself, because the whole energy behind that is bullying yourself to make you thin. And the truth is, it's like thin isn't really the goal. It's healthy that's really the goal. It's just that the images of the world make you feel like thin. And then even like when, like even back when we were younger, I mean, thin was. Like with white women, for instance, white women never had butts and they never had breasts or anything like it. Well, they had breasts, but they had implants. That was big for them. You know what I mean? And black women, no matter how thin they were, because we had butts and waist,
we're still shapely.
We were considered ghetto booty, and you know how they used to say that, so to kind of make fun. And now even white girls want big butts. Now it's considered right. But even within that, when they're saying like Kim Kardashian or Jennifer Lopez came out, they brought in the butts. And so, but you can't. But they think that that's saying they're accepting. They were the women that accepted, like, I guess you call real bodies. Like, now we're accepting real bodies. And the truth is like, no, you're only allowed to have a butt if you have a thin waist.
It's true.
So it's just like,
it's very true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people think, like, I remember Jennifer Lopez, when she first started, she was on Oprah. And the whole bit, because she just did that Selena movie. And so she went on Oprah or whatever, and they said, she was just like, so you're being called a real body. And then she got up, and she's really like a size 6. And in Hollywood, that's considered real body. But then Oprah even said, this is what's considered average. This is not average. The average woman is size 12. So she didn't even represent, but see how that can be distorted to make it think that her little body was considered plus size. So if you're a size 14 and you're looking at this size 6 and she's being called plus size, then you're being called a lot more. So to me, like body positive comments, it's just to free yourself from having to look like people who are contractually in their bodies.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Because even Heidi Klum, people blew up the fact that she lost all that weight. But the truth is that they didn't blow up the fact that Heidi Klum said that this is unhealthy, really, and that that if I had it my way, I would have took a lot longer to lose weight. She even said I had to, because I had to do Victoria's Secret in 2 months. But yeah, I think that in some ways, though, I do think that plus size women get slacked. They get less. In some ways, I think that plus size women get less criticized than thin women. Because if I go on Instagram right now and I see an overweight woman wearing a thong and she's bent over, everybody go, "You go, girl, show your body." But if you see like a girl who's shaped like Beyonce
Slim
or something, or Shakira, they'll be like, "Ugh, get your clothes on." Why are girls always got to have their clothes off? So when you have a nice body, you get criticized more because most people are jealous. Most people wish they could look like that. And those women had to work hard for those bodies, so I don't get mad at that, goals sometimes. You know what I mean? But when a woman who doesn't have who has a heavier body, or a woman that's missing a limb. And they do the same thing. They bend over and they take these pictures of themselves looking half naked. They get a pass.
They get a pass. People, good job. You go, girl. You go. Yeah, it's like, no.
You know what I mean? Like, no. It's if you're going to do it for her, you're going to have to do it for her.
Right.
Well, Anna Wintour said that Kim Kardashian was responsible for the big butt movement.
Yeah, that's what it was.
She was.
She wasn't.
She wasn't. She was
she
wasn't. It's just that she promoted her backside when she first became, because remember on the red carpet she wore that red dress, and that was when she first came out, back when she was like new, before the Keeping the Kardashians, and she showed the back of her dress and her butt looked really but the dress was really low cut, and
you wear the green dress,
or it was green or red or something, I don't know, I can't remember. I just remember she kept turning around, and so everybody kept saying she had this big butt, this big booty, you know what I mean, and they made her like the new black woman. And so now, of course, black women then are just like, we've always had bodies like this. And then we got made fun of. Right. And now she's in fucking Vogue. Being called sexy and the new woman and all that. It's just like, so that's when all these things start to become, crazy. Joe Rogan made comments about a plus size woman.
He did. There was tests.
A plus size woman who who bared her body on the cover of a magazine, and he thought that the people who ran the magazine were wrong to promote
that
unhealthy body image. And on some level, I do get that, because I do think that if you never lose weight, and that's just the way that you are, like, you're not. No one is just going to be 300 pounds.
Yeah,
that takes effort.
Like Ashley Graham, I mean, I would say she's like an average plus size woman.
She's
not
if
that
you're
big.
16 or 18, I
but
get that.
she does when she does her, she promotes health, working out, and all that stuff. You know, living her life and having fun. But she promotes still working out and stuff, even though she's a plus size woman. But when you get, I always feel like when you have a plus size woman who is not promoting that. Everybody has their own journey, so I'm not telling people what to do with their journey. But I do think that when you have no intention, of getting healthy, and then you get plastered on a cover, it's not good. I feel the same way about people when I see people on covers of magazines that are like anorexic looking, are very, very skinny, but not naturally skinny. Because I know there's naturally skinny people out there, but there's some that are not naturally skinny. And for years, they have been promoted on magazine covers and videos and movies and stuff like that, you know, and no one's ever said, "Oh my God, this is so unhealthy." No, this took forever for people to get to that point. So it's kind of like, yeah, Joe. Yeah. True, I actually agree with what he's saying.
Yeah, but then it did happen with the runway models. They got considered. It took a turn because they started to look like they started becoming anorexic. These girls aren't eating. They've got 12-year-old girls running down the hall, walking down a runway wearing women's clothes, and they look like it's giving the image that women. Those clothes are for women, not for 12-year-olds. But 12-year-olds are the models. Right. So they're just giving an image that this is how women, grown women, are supposed to look, and that's just not true. You know, especially for women who've had children. Yeah. And you could be a size 2, but after you have a baby, no matter how hard you work out, it's just your body's different because you had a child. If you've gotten older, your body's different because you've gotten older. You know what I mean? And then there are people who are just unhealthy. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I honestly, I lost a lot of weight, and I got into working out 3 years ago, and stuck with it. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm still not where I want to be, but I love my body. I don't really care, you know, what other people say, you know, must say about me. When you work hard on yourself, you really don't give a damn what size you are, and you really don't care about what other people think of you, because once you work hard at something, that's your work. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so you could tell people to, you know, kick rocks, you know.
Because you worked hard at losing the weight.
It's not like when you just, like, anorexic people take it hard because they're doing it because people are making But when you really are, like I did, I mean, I really just work out every morning, and I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm not where I was.
Yeah, no, you know I mean? when I was in New York, I ballooned up to pretty much about 300 pounds. I was about that weight, about 300 pounds. I think it was a size 20. I was 24. I was about to hit that 26 mark, right? And that's when I got a little scared. That 26 mark kind of just got me in a whole nother, you know, so I've gained, since I've been back home in Indiana, I've gained some weight back, not all of my weight back, but I've gained some back, but I still love my figure. Like, I don't have a problem with the weight.
You have a good figure.
Thank you. I'm a very shapely person, and I appreciate that about myself. I think when you get older, you don't care anymore. It's like, you know, this is my body shape.
I care about it for me. I don't care about it. I do. It's nice to hear people say you look nice. You look nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that. You know, I don't like compliments. No, or I don't need it.
There's a little bit of vanity stuck in there somewhere.
Of course, everybody wants to be told they're pretty, and everybody at some point, everybody wants to be told they're pretty. They look nice. Their body looks good. Everybody wants to get compliments. Yeah. But I think that if you don't love yourself, then it becomes about what people think, and not all of what people think.
Because, you know, when I was 300 pounds, right, when I was that weight that got up there, I just simply did not love myself. However, when I really got serious about losing all of that weight, I realized that I looked at myself in the mirror and felt very disgusted about what I was seeing, and I didn't like that feeling disgusted, and I felt like, okay, Danielle, there's no way you are going to lose a pound if you don't love yourself. Right. So you have to love yourself first, and let's get started on the journey. So I did that. I started to really love who I was, and then I was able to start my losing weight journey, and it started to shed. The pounds started to shed off. So if you're in a position where you don't, I feel like if you don't love yourself, then your journey is going to be botched. It's going to be completely, because you can't take any steps forward if it's not if you do lose the weight and you don't love yourself, you still lose that weight, you didn't do it right, and you're going to gain it back.
Yeah. Oh, Lucille Ball famously said that if you don't love yourself, you can't get anything done.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I
that
agree
is
with
true.
that.
You know what I mean? That's true in business. That's true in
Any
love,
part of life.
and that's true in weight loss. That's true with raising your children. And the thing is like Kim Kardashian really taught us a lot. She really kind of taught us a lot because when she first came out, everyone, even all these black men, they loved her body.
Yeah.
But the instant her butt implants got wrong, messed up,
Yeah.
then she became the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's amazing how
No
things can just flip. Right, no pun intended. But it's just like, it's amazing how things will flip. This is why, like Danielle was saying, that you got to love yourself.
Yeah.
You can't always be waiting for people to validate you.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite sure that her butt got bigger because she wanted
people
to
were
keep,
saying, oh my
right,
God,
I think, I mean, I don't know her, but I would think that she did that because she wanted to keep that image of the big butt girl that black men liked. You know what I mean? And then she married a black man. She only dated black men.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though she says she's into white men, I don't believe that at all.
Yeah.
I think that she likes the attention she gets from African American men, clearly. You know what I mean? But as soon as she had a problem with her butt implants, then she became like the joke, and they making fun of her, and they were saying this, and I just think that she's pretty anyway.
Yeah. I think she
would be pretty. Her sister, Courtney,
they're all very pretty
Courtney
girls.
doesn't even have a butt. You know what I mean? But they're all very pretty girls. Even the Jenner girls, they're very, very pretty. Their mother's pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing is that's what I'm saying. You gotta love who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't gotta look like her to think that I'm pretty. I know that I'm a good looking woman. I don't need to compare myself to someone else just because I have a flaw. If I'm not perfect,
like
nobody is.
If you look on like Instagram, the first things you see, I can understand why teenagers just do not like themselves. Because when I was a teenager, the last thing I would. You're always comparing yourself when you're a teenager, right?
Right.
But now they have access to this Instagram, and I look. Sometimes you just have to flip on just the your feed, and all you see is a bunch of women shaped the exact same. Like literally, like they're like the tiny waist, shaped exactly. A lot of that is the face tuning, or they're altering their pictures and everything, but their shapes are all the same. They're like the tiny waist, the big hips, the thighs, then the thigh gap. That has to be the thigh gap has to be there, and the big breast. So it's like a lot of people are trying to compare themselves to what they see, and it's like
no,
you can't do that. You're not gonna be. You can't do that. A lot of that stuff is not even real. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of that stuff is not even real.
I mean, Kim Kardashian has fake breasts, fake butt.
Yeah, she's open about
fake
that.
Hair.
Yeah.
She has fake hair also. But I mean, it doesn't make a difference. I'm not judging her for that. I think it's
I don't
okay.
think,
I'm wearing false eyelashes right now and makeup.
Right.
So I'm not judging her on that. But I'm just saying that we have to remember that what you're seeing sometimes is just a bit of an illusion. You know what I mean?
Especially for young girls out there, I think it's important.
I could imagine we were raised in the 90s.
Yeah.
We were teenagers in the early 90s. We were teenagers in the early 90s. So we didn't have Instagram.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Facebook and all of that then. So I feel sorry for these. I feel a little empathy for these younger girls what they have to deal with now. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's just so much pressure to look a certain way. I mean, prom girls don't look like they did when we went to prom.
I was looking at some prom.
I look at my friends at prom and I think to myself, God, we thought we were looking grown then, kind of.
Yeah.
But now it's like these girls look, some of these girls are wearing clothes they shouldn't be wearing. It's just, they all look like they're like 30.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To see some of these kids walk out of the house, you know what I mean?
I just feel like if I know the times have to change, so I'm not.
No, it's not that.
If you look at fashion, if you look at fashion trends over the years, things in the 70s were risky, right? Things in the 80s were risky. Things in the 50s were risky. They're in the 60s, But I do think that things have to change. But there's something about the innocence of kids
girls. Always maintain to be children.
Yeah.
And teenagers always maintain to be, teenagers. And I feel like these days it's a real big difference between even our generation to what's now. It just seems a lot more risque.
Well, even talking about the prom thing, the dresses that I see a lot of the ladies that were wearing are just, it's like those sheer, you can see but not see dresses, you know what I mean?
Right.
All the lace is strategically placed in spots, but just everything else sheer, and then like breast up to here, butt out to here. It's like, I feel like mom would be like, no.
Most of our parents,
she'd be like,
most of our parents back in the day would have said no.
No.
But,
that's true. That is true.
Right.
Parents of the 90s would have like,
most 80s, schools 90s would have said no.
Yeah, it's true.
That's another
schools
thing.
was
The schools
too.
have not put their foot down like they did when we were in school.
Yeah.
When we were in school in high school, there were
Dress
certain
codes.
things you weren't allowed to do.
Yeah.
Even boys,
Those dress
they had
codes.
to pull their pants up. You weren't allowed to do certain things. You know, so I just think that these kids are becoming more. I mean, I think that's the whole body conscious thing, though. I think it's because you look at kids like the Jenner girls; they were high school kids when their mother was letting them walk around dating older men that were too old for them. Miley Cyrus was the same. Yeah. She was 16 years old dating a 21-year-old. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that the culture has just allowed a lot of parents to be the kids are being parented more. It seems to me, not by their parents, but by
the kids know.
The kids.
Well, because a lot of the internet stuff, the kids know more than their parents. So on some level, that's why I always tell parents, you need to know more. You need to get savvy. You
better get
with the internet stuff, so you can be ahead of your children. Because these kids are they're smart with this technology stuff. And if you're not ahead of them, they start teaching you. Yeah. And then they start doing whatever the hell they want to do. So I don't know. It's just something you have to think about. You know, because you don't want your kids growing up too fast either. Although we're in a world right now where it's all they ever see and TV and videos. The way I hear some kids talk, it's like, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. They're just even talking like that.
Yeah, it's like I saw, there was on Instagram, there was these girls, I had a friend, she's not really a friend of mine, but her daughters went to Mexico or something like that. And they were wearing like...
How old were they?
They were teenagers. And they were wearing thongs, and they were taking back shots of their picture, but then the mother posted that. Oh, you see what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, when did this start? When mothers show back shots of their daughters.
Like, when did that happen?
You know what I mean? Like, how wonder these kids are okay. It's in home.
Yeah. It's almost like the parents think that it's some kind of...
I have to because I'm...
Well, yeah, it's like they think that it's some type of connection with their sexiness. Yeah. Oh, look, I have a sexy daughter. She comes from me. You know what I mean? Right. And and then they're okay with showing their daughters off like that. And I'm like, that's not something you should probably be doing.
When you look at like the culture right now, like with the Jenner girls, when they were in high school, Chris was doing that for their daughters.
Yeah, she was.
For them, she remember that thing that went kind of viral, but people were bad-mouthing Kim for taking a picture of Kendall's butt. While she was taking a picture of Kendall's butt when she was a teenager, and she was
on a lounge chair.
She was on a lounge chair. She's like, look at her ass. Yeah. And everybody's like, she's a
teenager.
They're just, soliciting. I mean, it's like this girl is just being sexualized. Yeah. And then, for money, for profit. Yeah. But what that does for them is profit. Yeah. What it does for the world, though, is show some generation of overly sexual women, teenagers, that want to pop their butts out now and stick their breasts out and be half naked. And then I feel like with the parents, it's kind of like, well, everybody's doing it, so it's nothing wrong.
The idea of modesty.
We're kind of losing the
modesty.
Right.
When do you feel comfortable?
I honestly don't always think it's the clothes either. I think it's the attitude in the person.
Clothes,
because you could be wearing what I'm wearing. Yeah. And you could be that's just your body. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It still or be you could be wearing what I'm wearing sexual. And you could be put doing all that. You know what I mean? And so it's really the attitude behind
how you're looking at the camera.
And sometimes I see some of these teenagers and I think your attitude is too much.
It's too much.
You know what I mean? And
sassy.
Too much. Even like little kids. Like I don't like when these little girls are just sassy and trying to be grown and people think that's cute. It's not cute.
Or when the parents are taking like pictures of their like 4-year-olds and 5-6-year-olds.
And they're kind of making them like little adults.
Yeah, with a little purse and they have their little their earrings are really big. They just have them look like little mini adults, them.
Little women.
Yeah. And I'm like,
little makeup. They have makeup and eyeliner.
That's such a big people. That's been such a big I guess debate with that because a lot of parents are just like, it's my child. And,
but think of the image
she's just a little girl. If you're thinking about her like that, then something's wrong with you. It's like no.
But I'm saying, but think of the image that you're giving that little girl right off so early. Yeah. Your body matters. You're wearing. They put makeup on them, they put eyeliner and lashes on them. I'm like, what are you giving that 4-year-old little girl is already thinking? My face matters, my hair matters, when she should be playing with Barney. Yeah. You know what I mean? And she's just like got these grown clothes on that look like her mother's clothes, only smaller. Yeah. And she's acting, she's being told, she's being coached.
Staged,
by her mother. Do this, do that. You can tell, because no kid just does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care what parents tell you. No kid just does that. They get coached to do that. And so it's just like, all of a sudden she's thinking, my looks matter a lot.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? And the thing is that do looks matter? Yeah, yes.
Right.
But do they matter to the point of that is all you are?
Yeah, no.
Because I think after Oprah said, I was watching Oprah's masterclass and she was saying, that's the one thing I never got caught up in is looks. She's like, because I've always done my hair, and of course, and she like clothes and shoes and stuff like that. She said, but what I've learned over the years, especially becoming like a woman that's accomplished and wealthy, is that looks fade. I don't care how much you get nipped and tucked.
Yeah.
It's all going to come apart.
Yeah.
We don't get to hold on to that forever. I don't care how many your breasts are going to sag, your body, but it's what you believe yourself to be on the inside.
Yeah,
so if you don't have a flat stomach, that doesn't mean anything. You can still look good in clothes, you know what I mean? And you can still feel good about yourself, and you still are beautiful, and you still have a nice body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you are someone who thinks that is all you are, is some lip gloss, some hair weave, some push-up bra, and a big booty, then you are really setting yourself up to be a slave to surgery, fashion, and really what this is about a lot of times for women is what men think. Because men like these pictures of these women. This is why a lot of women
they don't want to be left out. Women don't want to be left out of the getting the like or the follow or whatever it is you're trying to do, or just the compliment outside of social media, but mostly social media. Let's be honest. Mostly it's social media that people are doing all this stuff for, because they want to. You can show yourself off to the masses. If you walk outside, just show yourself off. You might get a compliment here and there.
And men are very smart too. You know what I mean? They're very smart. You know what I mean? And what they do is they look at these women and they like the picture because they're men. You know what I mean? Of course, they're gonna like a woman that's half naked. They're not blind. They're not gonna. But they aren't only interested in that. It looks like it because these women get thousands of likes by a man who's saying things like, "I wish you were my wife." You don't mean that. You know what I mean? He wouldn't marry a woman that's taking a picture like that for all these men to see. You know what I mean? But women really take that in. I should look like that. And then when they don't look like that, or they feel that they can't achieve that, then it actually does the reverse effect. Then they just say, I can't. I'm just going to eat my cupcakes. You know what I mean? And then but then you let go of yourself. And the thing is like I always say, like, you have to love yourself. I had to learn that. When I was younger, I was a little girl that did not like herself at all. I had a really, really pretty mom that is, my mother is really, really, really gorgeous. You know what I mean? And always has been. And she, wasn't always thinking she was.
Which is always crazy to me.
It was always crazy to me.
Like,
she never thought she was as pretty as she really was. And for me, growing up with a mother who looked like that, and she didn't think she was all that, it made me think I wasn't all that. Because I didn't think I was even close to her beauty. You know what I mean? And so, and also I didn't have a father. So I didn't have someone who just thought I was pretty because I was alive. That's something men give to little girls. They're pretty as they are. You don't have to do anything. If a man doesn't like you for who you are, then I didn't have that. You know what I mean? I thought that everything mattered. And I also wasn't.
Your father is the first person that admires you.
And
just because
I'm not
you're
a person
alive.
who's naturally, like I've said before, I'm not naturally thin.
Yeah, me neither.
You know what I mean? I have to work at anything.
When I was younger, though, I used to be able to.
When you were younger,
I was slim. I've always been curvy. Always been curvy. But when I was younger, I was pretty slim. But still very curvy. But I was pretty slim then. But then then they say that it catches up with you later on. It does. I used to be able to eat anything, and it just somewhere in I don't know my late 20s or 30s, 30 is when I couldn't. My metabolism slowed down a bit. And so I was just I was just gaining weight. It didn't matter what I was doing. I was living in New York, so we were pretty active, running around New York, but it just piled. The pounds just kind of piled on. But yeah, I don't I like my body. It's funny because I like my body. I do want to be slimmer, but I do like my body. But I also don't feel like I have to. If I look at those Instagram people, maybe it's just my age. I don't know. But if I look at those Instagram people, I don't feel like, oh my God, I'm never gonna amount to that. And I think that's the problem people are having. All these diets. And every commercial is a diet.
I mean, I used to think that men would only like me if I was really thin.
I
was perfect and I didn't have any. You know what I mean? And what I realized, and they didn't have to be. I would date men who wanted that. And they looked not like The Rock. You know what I mean? They didn't look like that. You know what I mean?
The Rock
but we don't put
The
that
Rock is always your reference.
I'm not into light skinned guys, but I am into this one.
She really likes
this one. I don't know why it is. Just something he's very cute, and I probably wouldn't like. I don't know. Maybe I would like him. He's a Taurus. He's
he is really cute.
But he's really cute. He's a good personality too. But I will say that I always expected less from men. And I expected more of myself for them. You know what I mean? And so I would say what I've learned over the years though is that if a man only likes you for your looks, then he doesn't really like you.
Yeah.
He only like that means that it's conditional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That means you're like a trophy.
And once you lose it,
once you lose any part of that, once you get a wrinkle and it starts showing,
and it will show.
Once you have a kid, and your stomach don't look like it, before the kid, he may just be looking for someone that's younger and a little more tighter. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just,
right.
It's not everything. It's not everything, but I'm not gonna be as like, I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't care about the way that I do want to be slim, not just for health reasons either. Totally for health reasons always. But also because I want to look good. You know what I mean?
Which is why I don't take a lot of sexy pictures on Facebook. Because, sometimes you do meet me. I don't date from Facebook often. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. You know what I mean? But every once in a while, you never know how you meet someone. Yeah. It could be Facebook. It could be walking down the street. It could be at the store. It could be anything. You know what I mean? But that's just another way. You know what I mean? And the thing is if I took a photo with myself half naked and I did like someone, I would always think it was because I was half naked that he's even giving me time. Yeah. You know what I mean? I would always think that even if we went on the date, that I would be thinking that he's just waiting for me to get naked. Yeah. Or he thinks I'm easy. Or he thought this was going to be easy.
I'm always aware of how I'm aware of
myself. Yeah. Or I'm just aware of myself in general, even out in the world. Yeah. Like, it's just like, to me, sexiness is something that's inside of you. Yeah. It's not something you wear. Yeah. You know what I mean? There are women that can literally, like you, I always say that about your body. Because Danielle has a really sexy body to me. You know what I mean? Like, she always talks about she wants to lose weight and stuff and everything, but I always think my sister has like the most. She's like my mother. My mother has that too. They have this like really good hourglass figure.
Thank you.
A really nice body, right? And so Danielle can make like a, all these women wearing these low cut shirts and trying to show their butt and everything. Danielle literally can wear a sweater set, and it looks like a sexy look. Because of her body, way her body looks, you know what I mean? Or she could just wear, like, I don't know, just something that to everyone else would just look like something you picked up from Walmart. Yeah. And it would look just sexy on her. So to me, it's sexy is what's inside of you. Marilyn Monroe was sexy because she was. Yeah. It wasn't what she was literally wearing, because if you look at a lot of her clothes, she wasn't showing very much. Right. If you ever look at the show 227, Sandra was never even showing cleavage.
We have that. We have TV show 227, and I was looking at Sandra. Remember we were talking about this? I was looking at Sandra, and I'm like, wow, she is fully clothed.
She doesn't show any. She doesn't even show knees.
And it's funny because in my head, I think in the new social media world, my head I was thinking, no, she used to be sexy and wear the cleavage. No, and I'm like, I saw the show recently, and I'm like,
she doesn't even show her knees.
None of that. She literally just sex appeal. Yeah. She has the appeal of it. Yeah. And I just think that people need to just get back to that.
And I will say this about Kim Kardashian, because a lot of people say because she's naked all the time, but Kim is sexy. No, she's sexy with all her clothes on. She's just, that is just her sister Chloe. Same thing. She's just sick.
Before the surgery.
Right. There are people who are just, they exude sexuality. Yeah. Angelina Jolie doesn't even take her clothes off. Yeah. And she's considered a hot woman. Yeah. And she is a hot woman. You know what I mean? Oprah's hot. On some level. There's confidence. Yeah. There's a lot that goes along with that.
Well, to me, I think that when people are very sure of themselves, that's sexy.
That's sexy, right?
And it just speaks volumes. When you talk to somebody who is sure and confident in themselves, all of a sudden they look so, even if they are physically already appealing, they look so much more appealing when they're confident with who they are. So
yeah, I've always believed that. Well, I haven't always believed this, but I feel like I came into my inner queendom at the end of my 30s. Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, me too. I came in my inner when I had to go when I lost everything, because it made me had to bring losing all of your money and losing everything. It made me had to start again. But it also made me had to tap onto a very strong part of myself and it's funny because it hit all areas of my weaknesses in my life. It hit men, because I was able to leave someone that hurt me, which I've never been able to do. Yeah. It hit me with my money, because now I'm really good with money. Yeah. It hit me with weight, because I work out almost every morning at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? It hit me with how I felt about myself, because like I said, when you work hard on yourself, you give off something inside that sexy clothes can't even touch. Yeah. You could literally wear a black turtleneck and people will think you're the hottest person in the room.
It's true.
So that's what I'm saying.
I think it was for me in my 30s. Yeah, it's like my late 30s. I started to feel really well when we started to really build our lives back up to
it's empowering.
It's a whole different feeling when now I'm in my 40s. I'm just like, So when you're in your 40s and you don't know your
Yeah.
bomb yet, you got some work to do, because
Right.
you're in your 40s. That should be that's the fun time,
Right.
because I really don't care about what people think about the way that I look, as long as you feel good about the way you look. That's all
Right.
that matters. But yeah, I do feel extra sexy.
It's
at
like
40.
you liked your hair today. You say
Yeah.
you're having a really good hair day today. And see how it matters that nobody, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you about your hair, because you like it.
But I like my hair. You
know what I mean? And I always like, remember I said this
bouncy.
early before we got on camera. I was saying that when people call each other queens, I really think that queen is not about tiaras and wearing tiaras and walking around. Queen is really just the empowerment of who you are as a woman, because being a queen, it means that you rule.
Yeah.
You rule. And but it's more of ruling over your own life, your own self-esteem, your own self-empowerment. And I do feel like a queen. You know what I mean?
You should.
I feel like a queen because I feel like I've had 43 years and I've worked really hard on myself. I have done really well considering what I came, really came from. You know what I mean? And I think that it's an inner I never let people run all over me. I'm a tough person when I need to be. You know what I mean? And I'm soft when I need to be. You know what I mean? But I think that all comes from knowing who you are. And that's true queenliness.
I think women struggle with that. A lot of women who have low self-worth struggle with that, because they don't feel like they don't understand how women can get to that place. Oh, I'm a queen. And I'm like, you really are.
You are.
You just got to tap into the part of you that is. There's a strength in all of us that we ignore a lot, especially when we're going through something. And I feel like if you are able to at least tap into that part of you that's strong, because it's there, then that's when your whole spirit changes to like, wait a minute, I got through this. Think about all the stuff you got through. Right. I sit and think about all the stuff that I've gotten through, my mother's gotten through, my aunts or whatever, and I'm thinking, they're you. I'm just thinking to myself, wow, these are all queens in my head.
But it's like but it's a state of mind. It's like we were just talking about this that position at work. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to bring this up, but it's just true though. For me to have taken a manager position would have been easy. Yeah. Because I'm already a person that can delegate, and I'm already an assertive person. You know what I mean? I know how I want, but I think that when people take a position of power and they don't have that, I think sometimes positions are given to you to strengthen a part of you that you're not doing. But I think that's true in all situations. Like I said last time, I think that God made it so hard for me to lose weight to keep me working on myself all the time, because I think that he uses what it is we really want, and he makes it hard for us to always have to work hard on ourselves. So I always have to work out. I always have to watch what I eat, and I always have to do that. But that's just to strengthen me. It's not to make it hard for me, and not to me to be jealous of some girl who gets to sit down and eat chips and gain weight. It's to make you strong.
Yeah, like, don't hate on.
You know what I mean? It's to make you strong. You know what I mean? This whole thing of us losing everything and it's strengthened me on so many areas of my life that I think that body image came right along with it. Yeah. It's just like, I am good.
I didn't know I had that.
I mean?
I didn't know I had some courage I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Until
courage is all you have.
Yeah, until courage is all you have. And you have to kind of tap into that. But yeah, I feel pretty positive about myself. Like, I like myself. And that seems like such an easy thing to say, but there was a time when I didn't. And I know a lot of women feel that way, that are struggling with that. And I just think that you have to really love who you are in order to change anything in your life. And that's what things I learned. And you learn it too.
Danielle's really emotionally strong. You know what I mean? Danielle's one of those people that, and I always think that.
You don't think you're emotionally strong?
I do think I'm emotionally strong. But what I think about, I think I have a hard time with vulnerability. Right. No, vulnerability is really hard for me. I'm working on that all the time. You know what I mean? But, you are very emotionally strong in that way. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Or maybe I am emotionally strong. But I think we're different. You know what I mean? Like, I do think there's a different ways to you handle people, So yeah, I think that you are sort of like queen. You're queen to me.
Yeah, you're to me too. And I think that's why. And I truly mean that too.
Being thin doesn't make you a queen.
It doesn't. I think that's what
I think we throw around that word too much, where it starts to have meanings. Just like on being a friend on Facebook, everybody's friending everybody. They throw that word around so much it don't mean anything anymore. And now everybody's so obsessed. Now we have people are so obsessed with these diets and working out. Get the workout pages and and there's really honestly nothing wrong with working out and wanting to get clean eat and all that stuff. I think that's a positive. I take note of some of these
pages that do that and get some tips off of there. But
just make sure you're doing it for you.
Yes, make sure you're doing it for you, because what happens is that you start wanting to just be like the next one.
Yeah.
And because you're just trying to, you're trying to reach a goal, a body image goal. It's not your body. And that's what happens when you compare yourself. So you kind of have to stay in your own lane in that. If you're wanting to lose weight or whatever your journey is, you do have to stay in your own lane and don't compare yourself to the next woman, because there's a lot of beautiful women out there. They're all shapes and sizes. It's not just the women who are, cut and have the six-pack and all that, although they are gorgeous. Some of them I'm like,
beauty is
I'm like, damn.
something.
Sometimes I see some of these women, I'm like, God, how did you get that body? How that happened? Hard work. I tell you how it happened. A lot of times, sometimes surgery.
Right.
But a lot of times, most of the time, I would say, hard work. Those women work out, they eat right, and they do the right thing. That's why they lost weight. That's why they look awesome.
This woman, she has alopecia, and she lost all her hair. She said, I had to redefine beauty for myself.
That's,
so I'm saying, because you never know,
Yeah.
when things happen. These women who have breast cancer and they have to have their breast amputated, they have to redefine beauty for themselves, because they're not, they're
lose all their hair. My mother lost all her hair.
And
it's outstanding how she handled that.
Yeah.
My mother, outstanding how she handled that, because I would love to believe I'd be that strong.
Yeah.
I would love to believe that I was placed in a situation that I would be that strong. But the fact that she just said, no, I don't want to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wearing wigs if you have cancer, by the way. It's totally awesome. But, she just kind of made it her own. It was like, no, I want to wear, I'll wear a scarf. Or just nothing. I just thought that was really the strength of that. Something about that. When something happens to you and now you have to redefine how you look outwardly.
But I think we did do that when we lost everything.
Yeah,
we had to redefine our own strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When strength, again, remember Marlon said that. He said sometimes people don't realize how much, not to get deeper or anything, but he was saying that I don't think people realize how much you have to trust God and how much you have to believe in. When you believe in God and trust in God are two different things. And so a lot of strength comes for you. It comes to you when strength is all you have.
And we say this a lot about, but Marlon's a friend of ours who passed away of stage 4 testicular cancer, young man, but he did pass away, and great human being. But he did before he passed, he did say that to us, and then because we were going through our hard time here, having lost everything and being homeless and all of that, and he did say, if you believe in God, that is one thing, and that's great. But it's the trusting in God that people are missing. I think people are missing.
Right.
And loving yourself, really loving who you are. You know what I mean? That's why I
mean, it's the first time I've been able to look at myself in the mirror. This time in my life, been able to look at myself in the mirror with no makeup, my natural hair. And my body, and look at my body and say, you are a very pretty woman. At 43 years old, you look phenomenal. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to be
arrogant or anything. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And I'm never going to be someone who posts that on Instagram or Facebook, because I don't like doing that. But when you say it alone, and you can really mean that, you know what I mean? Because there were times in my 20s where I had much perkier breasts, and I had, you know what I mean? That I just hated everything about myself, and I thought
my 30s. Some part of my 30s.
In my 30s, that's what I'm saying. In my 30s too, and so I think that as I've gotten older, I appreciate myself more
in every part of myself,
my whole life. You know what I mean? Like what I always say that like on my birthday picture I put up, I always put chapter. I think that is a nice thing to put.
Instead of
happy, 23 years old. I'm 43 years old. I just say this is chapter 43 because it is.
Or level 43. Yeah, I'm at level 42 right now.
And because even when I look at you, I think because I'm older.
Yes.
And I was here first.
Yes.
And I just think that God, what a special gift you are. Yeah. Because I would have been an only child.
Yeah, and now we're friends.
You know what I mean? And what a special gift,
we got a friend.
You were as a person. Yeah, and a great friend who's been there and through the hard times, the good times. And he tells me the truth, and you know what I mean, and is encouraging. And so that's what I'm saying. You're a miracle, so you need to know that about yourself.
Thanks. Do you have time? We're running out of time, you guys. Are we? Yeah, it's a 16, right? Yeah. So we're running out of time, you guys, but we just like that topic. And we hope you do too. So let us know what you think about it, and leave a comment below if you like. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel. We upload videos every Tuesday. So join the family.
Yeah.
Make us grow. Make us grow and prosper.
We're planting seeds.
We're planting seeds. Go on. Water our seeds here. Does that sound right?
Yeah. And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun talking.
No, yeah, it is
fun
fun
talking to people.
Yeah. So, yeah, like and subscribe to our channel. If you want to, go to our Facebook page and follow us on Facebook as well. We put up, like, quotes, like just positive and inspirational quotes for you guys. Just get your day going. So, yeah, like us on there, too, as well. And we will be back again next Tuesday for another episode.
Yeah, another conversation.
All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.